Okay, let me start over. Hey y'all. No, let's wait. Okay. Hey. I'm done with this. Okay. Hey guys. Hi guys. I don't know why I'm being nervous, but welcome back to a new, not chit chat, well, a chit chat and not a vlog. I'm so excited as always to be talking to you guys, and I'm so sorry that it's like been like a 2-week delay because I've been on my Zoom. But anyway, if y'all are new here, welcome to my channel. This is a According to Brit segment. So what happens is people on my YouTube, I'm sorry, like on Instagram will send me questions, scenarios, things like that. And then according to Brit, which is me, I answer it. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first question is, and you know, I want to hear from y'all. Like I want to know y'all opinions and y'all takes on stuff. So I've kind of answered this before on my channel in terms of like how I got into acting, but I will answer it again for anyone who is new. Definitely if you're new here, make sure you go back and like catch up on all my old videos so you can be like caught up on my life. But basically I had gotten to acting when I moved to Atlanta, which I moved here 2 years ago. And literally I'm trying to figure out like if she wants to know like, I don't know. But basically I took my headshots and then I started taking an acting class, and I've been training ever since. I always knew it was kind of like something that I wanted to do, but like once I moved here I was like, all right, let me give it a try. Let me, you know, see what it's about. And I used to work in a lounge and I had met this girl and she gave me like all of the information. So I literally followed like step by step everything she told me to do, and I've been training ever since. And then once I kind of got in the mix, like this is the second school that I'm going to. So once I got into the mix, I kind of like, you know, like you start to hear word of mouth, like whose class is good, what class is teaching what, like, and I just like been navigating it since. So this is year 2 for me. What keeps me grounded is the next question. I would say what keeps me grounded is just like, I really, like, that's annoying. I really can see like the way that my life is intended to roll out, like inside of me. Like I feel like despite what my circumstances look like I have deep desires for things. And granted, some of those things are probably influenced by the world and some of those are just personal things that I want. But like, I really feel like I can see and feel where God actually really wants to take me. And it's really cool. Like, I really want to go to those places and I really want to like be that woman. Like, I feel like if I was to see her today, like I would truly admire her. Like I would love her. I would be like, oh my God, like that is who I want to be. Like this is like my inspiration. So like the fact that I see that in me is just like, I want to get there. Like I want to, you know, become all of like who I am called to be. So I would say that's kind of what keeps me grounded. And just knowing like I feel like the more, like the older I get and the more mature I get, like I realize life is really like a beautiful experience. Like some of us, there's people I grew up with that is no longer alive, and so like, and I'm only 26, you know, so, or there's some people that I grew up with that are in jail, or there are some people that I grew up with that like haven't made it out of the city that we grew up in. So it's like I never take things like that for granted, and that's always like a daily reminder for me that life is beautiful. Like I drive past people and it saddens me, but like I drive past people almost every day that are on the street and that are like living in unfortunate circumstances, living, you know, on the highway in these tents in Atlanta. And like, that's not my life. So it's just like, I try to be grateful and just as appreciative of life that I can. And it's like, that in itself keeps me posted, like knowing that I have a purpose and knowing that I am blessed. Like as much as I want more, it's like, I really like I'm good, you know, like, and don't get me wrong, like I definitely have struggles and feel on a daily basis like I'm struggling, but if I can like step outside of myself for a second, like I'm blessed, you know? So that's what keeps me grounded. The next question is, how did you map through your 20s, career, personal, and mental? So I feel like that's loaded and there's a lot of things that I would like to point out. So I'll start with like career. So in terms of my career, I feel like in terms of mapping it out, my career path isn't 100% going the way that I thought that I like it was gonna go. Like my plan was to go to college, get my master's, do a joint master's in law program, and like my long-term goal was to be a judge for juvenile court. And like while sometimes like those thoughts like linger in me and kind of like, dang, like I still, there's a little inkling of me that still wants to do it. Like I am on a totally different path. Like granted, yes, I'm still using my degree, but I'm only using it because I have it. Like I don't want to practice social work at all. And like granted, I'm working in the social work field, so yes, I am using my degree, but it's not like what I thought. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I can go back, I mean, I don't regret anything, and I definitely feel like me getting my degree in social work helped me, but I feel like if I can go back, I probably would have studied like mass communications or something like that. Because, and let me tell you why. Because I realized that I made a decision to practice social work and to like work with at-risk youth at the age of 18. I'm now 26. So that's what, like 12 years ago. And like at that point of my life, all I knew was trauma, and all I knew was like what I experienced in life, what I went through. And so I feel like I was trying to save my younger self and trying to save other people from like what I experienced. And like I got to a point where I am now where I'm just like, I'm so much more than my trauma. Like I'm so much more than my childhood experiences. And I feel like your childhood ultimately shapes who you are, but it's like I was running from my childhood, and I'm like, now I'm trying to be present with like who I am and explore myself deeper and allow myself to have a craft outside of, you know, my childhood experience. So I feel like with that being said, in terms of career, how I'm navigating it now is like just allowing things to happen. Like I'm not holding on to the fact that, oh, I went to school for social work, so I need to be doing this. I don't want to waste my degree. Like, no, that served a purpose for me for like a certain amount of years. And like now it's time to move on, and like giving myself the space and room to explore. Like who I am today is not who I was 5 years ago at all. So it's like, as I change, like allowing my perspectives and my desires and my aspirations to change. So that's how I say I've navigated like careers. And I would say like I'm really, all my friends notice about me, I'm really big on taking risks. Like I feel like everyone needs to take an uncalculated risk once in their life. Like yes, take some calculated risks, but everyone deserves like an uncalculated risk. Like if you've been watching my channel, you know, like I left my whole life in Baltimore. I moved here with no job, with no nothing. Like take a risk, fall flat on your face. And like granted, these have been the hardest 2 years of my life, but it's like now that I have come out of the quote unquote hard part, I'm like now starting to fall in love with this part of my story. And I feel like it gives fluff to my story. Like me, I remember I said, I went to a Beyonce concert, my like going into my sophomore year of college. And I literally said a prayer, and I was like, God, the same way how people are coming to fill up this stadium to see Beyonce, I want people to come to this come to stadiums to hear me speak. And so like that's always something that I think back to, because I'm just like, I can't sit in a stadium and have no story. So, you know, like take a risk, and whatever that risk looks like for you. Like if that means cutting all your hair off, I did that too. Like when I was in college, it was crazy. Like looking back on pictures, I'm like, that was not cute. But it's like, I can say that I did it, you know? And I feel like when you have these like big risks, not only does it cultivate something within yourself, but it like gives you different things to talk to people about. So like, don't allow yourself to be so calculated. Like take a risk. Like don't, like when you live in a box, you stay in a box. So it's like if you want to live out of the box lifestyle and out of the norm lifestyle, you have to be willing to do the things that most people won't do. So I would say that that's one thing. And then also, because remember the question is, how am I navigating like through my 20s, like career, personal, mental. So I would say like for personal, the biggest thing, this is a lesson my dad taught me and that I've really been like holding on to, is like, you want to know what's more important than money? Information. Because if you have the right information, it will give you the money. But you want to know what's more important than information is relationships. Because if you have the right relationships, it will give you the information that will bring the money. And when I say relationships, of course, I don't mean like just romantic relationships. I mean business relationships, friendships, spiritual relationships, like all of those things. Because when you're in covenant with like the right people, your life will change. Like, I don't want to be in relations with anyone who's just living a normal life and who has no spiritual foundation and who has no sense of deep, ancient wisdom and knowledge. Because when you have those things, it unlocks so much, like freedom in so many different ways, and that brings the money. Because the wrong information might get you the money, but it's going to get you to keep the money. We ain't going to go there though. And lastly, mentally, I just feel like I'm really big on like being in tune with yourself, like creating a space for you to feel safe in your mind and for you to feel safe in your body and like whatever that looks like. So like for me, I'm really big on journaling. Like I've literally finished 3 books, like 3 whole books of like journals. And like every now and then I open it and I just be like, nah, like it be hitting me, but I feel like it's going to hit me different when I'm like in my 30s or something. But like, take care of yourself, like do mental dumps, have friends, like cultivate friendships that just bring you duality. Like, you know, like I have some friends who like will tell me like you being too serious, or will create a space for me to have fun, whereas like other relationships might give me this space to express my deepest insecurities, or you know. So just this like pouring into myself in those ways. Like I love to read books, I love to listen to podcasts, like I love to do things to cultivate a great space within myself. So like my mind is healthy, my spirit is healthy, my soul is healthy, and those things aren't easy, but it's like that's how I progress personally. Because if you get the right information, once again, you ain't gonna be thinking the same. And so like your mind, like you open your mind and you look up and you're in like a whole different sphere. So that's kind of a lot and loaded, but like that's how I would say for me, I'm kind of navigating through my 20s, because it's like I'm still trying to find myself, I'm still trying to understand myself. Like I feel like currently I'm in a space of like self-discovery, where it's like where I'm at, I can't even say that I know myself, but like all the things that I've ever done thus far doesn't work for this version of Brittany. So that's kind of a hard pill to swallow, because it's like I've been good and now I can't say that I'm all the way good. Like I feel like a lot of my habits and my mindsets and my patterns keep me stagnant. And so now I'm like trying to rearrange the way that I move through life, but it's all new. So that was all loaded. And so I hope I answered your question. So the next thing says thoughts. Are you dating to marry, or you dating for fun? Girl, I've been having this conversation so much lately, which is so crazy, but like, and I'm happy that, so you guys asked me this at like the middle of July and I'm just now answering, but so I've been pondering on this question since then. Anyway, if I'm being completely honest in terms of like where I'm at today, because where I'm at today is not where I was last week. So only time can tell. But like as of where I'm at today, like I don't care about fun anymore. Like I'm kind of good off of fun. Like I feel like fun is dangerous. I don't have the capacity for that as much. And this is why. Like I've learned that like unlike a lot of people in life, I truly have the capacity to love. And I think that's so beautiful. Like, that is just a realization that I've come to lately, where it's like people don't have it in them to love and to spread love and to like love. And I genuinely do. And so where that has been a problem for me in the past is like I've allowed myself to, I'm not gonna say like, oh, mess with anyone, but like I've allowed myself to deal with people that are not carrying the same capacity that I have, which becomes dangerous. And I just feel like fun, I mean, my best friend Bria always says this, like, it's fun until it ain't fun no more. And that is so true. And like, it be fun, but it's like, once it's fun and then now my feelings are involved, and then it's like, then my feelings are hurt, then it just like, it puts me in a place that I just like, I have officially hit a point in my life where I'm like, yo, things, and this is getting serious. Like, I literally cannot afford to be in the bed sad and crying over a man. Like, I've done it, and it has put me back months of like my focus, and just like I can't, like, it's too much opportunity, it's too much growth, it's too much, like, all of the things on the line right now. I have to focus. Like, I cannot like. So with that being said, where I'm at right now is like, I'm looking for a relationship, and I'm very clear on that. And so like when it comes to dating, like, I have never, like, you know, you have that conversation with guys like, oh, well, what are you looking for, blah blah blah. Like, I'd be like, oh, well, you know, like, I could go with the flow. I can't, because I know what I want. And so yeah, it's like I'm only willing to date men who are looking for a relationship. And it's not to say, like, I feel like if I meet someone who's just looking for fun, like, we can go on a date or we can like enjoy each other, but I'm not like I'm not gonna allow myself to be talking to you every day, where now it's 4 months and I looked up and it's like, yeah, we were just supposed to be having fun, but now my feelings are involved. Because that's a risk that I'm taking, in a dangerous position that I'm putting myself in. And I'm not, like, I really would like to be done hurting myself. Like, I don't. And it's also not a good feeling when you do a lot of work to like build yourself up to a certain place, and then it just all goes out the window because you're dealing with someone who's like not on your level, or because you done got yourself in a situation that you had no business being in. Am I ready to marriage? Like, no, not at all. Like, I'm really not. And like, I feel as though like that, like, I have conversations with my friends, and like one of my friends feels like she's dating to marry, and I'll be like, girl, like, how? Like, if I'm being completely transparent, honestly, I don't feel like I've had enough fun and I've had enough like dating experiences. But like, I think I'm also at a point where it's just like fun results in but so much. And so it's just like, yeah, we can have fun, but it has to be intentional. Like, it has to be very clear, very like, and I also feel like in the same breath, and like when I say we can have fun, I mean like me and you are in a relationship and we're enjoying each other and enjoying life. Like, not so much of like we're just seeing where this goes. Like, no. And then I think another thing with the fun that I can't do is like, I can't take no more hurt. Like, my heart literally, I feel like I have a fragile heart, and like I'm trying to strengthen my heart, and I don't need anything to like knock me back down. So with that being said, like, we can't. But this is really what I meant to say. I kind of started getting sidetracked. It's like, because my heart can't take no more, it's almost like, can I even have a boyfriend? Like, the thought of having a boyfriend, like a good, healthy relationship, and then it coming to a conclusion, and then now it's time to move on to another boyfriend. Like, I don't even feel like I can afford a heartbreak. Which every ending doesn't have to be a bad ending, but it can still break your heart. Like, I feel like I can't even take that. So sometimes I'd be like, well, maybe I am ready to find my person. But it's like, in all reality, I'm only 26. So it's like, I can't imagine. And I asked God, like, I want to live until at least 100. So it's like, I can't imagine the next 70, almost 80 years with a person. Like, yeah. So if you like me, make sure you're serious. Anyway, all right. And then this is the last question. So, are you still in grad school for your master's of social work? So, no, I'm not, and I dropped out. So, the fact that you asked me that question makes me feel like you've been like keeping up with my journey. So I really appreciate that, because I've actually dropped out 2 years ago, honestly. So I was in grad school, and actually one of the determining factors of me moving to Atlanta was that my program needed to allow me to continue virtually, and they did. But then once I moved here, that's when I started to get into the entertainment industry, and I was like, wait, no, like, this is what I want to do. And so I was like, it's no point in kind of like pursuing that if that's not the track. Like, why go in debt over like a degree that like on a day-to-day basis I'm trying to get out of that field? So I stopped. If I can go back, I would have finished, because I only had 2 semesters left, and it's just kind of like, you know, I feel like in the time being while I'm going through this transition from social work to entertainment, I would have been able to I guess get higher pay, because I will be at a master's level instead of like a bachelor's level. But this is good news, or new news, that I've recently decided, guys. So today I kind of made up my mind that I think I'm getting ready to pursue a master's in fine arts. I know. So I don't want to speak too soon, but I really do want you guys to be a part of my journey and my decision making and the whole entire process. But I'm realizing like more and more, like, I truly love acting, and I've been praying and asking God to like just reveal my purpose to me. And I feel like the more I pray that, the more I love acting. So it's like, and I've shared this on one of my other vlogs, like, I really want to be the best that I can be at acting. And like, do I want to be on TV tomorrow? Yes, I would love to be. But like, I don't want to be like a one-hit wonder. Like, I really want to be a storyteller and an artist. And like, as I'm doing the work, and even right now in my intensive, like, I'm realizing I have a lot of blockages that like makes it hard for me to tap into all parts of myself. And so like, my range right now is really limited, and I really want to have literally like a full range. Like, I want to be able to be on one side, like both sides of the spectrums that are 2 separate extremes, and be able to like if I can be in sci-fi and being amazing at it, and then be in drama and being amazing at it. Like, I don't want to just, and I mean, everybody has like strengths and weaknesses, but like, I still want to be able to do it. Like, right now, if I was to book a sci-fi role, I'm not confident that I would like kill it. Drama, yes, but like, I still have more work to do. So y'all, that is what I'm getting ready to start working towards. I think more than getting my master's in fine arts, I definitely 1000% want to do a conservatory. But if I land the program that I would like to be in, and if the right program falls into my lap, I would definitely get my master's. So I think that's, speaking of navigating the 20s, I think that that's what the remainder of my 20s is going to be on. Plot twist. Yeah, literally all day, that's what it's like, what a plot twist. Because that's a whole separate video in terms of like what that's going to look like, and just like, you know, I feel like I'm like talking to my friend right now on FaceTime. Hey girl. But yeah, like, that's just going to look different, because what I'm trying to do is go full time. So like how right now I'm like working full time during the day, and then at night I'm in class. Like, no, I'm Monday through Friday. I really just want to be focused on acting. So I'm excited for this new realization that I've come to. And obviously all things in God's will and God's plan for my life. So if that's what he has, I'm ready. And if not, I'm okay with that too. So I'm going to put myself in I'm going to make the necessary steps that I have to make, and just leave the gap for God to fill. But I'm really excited, because that is, so like the last few days I've been doing some research and finding different programs. And I really think that that is the next step for me, and like what I want to do. And my mind is kind of set. And once my mind is set, it's just like, it just gotta happen. So Anyway, that's me and my updates. This kind of felt good. Like this, I didn't really feel like I was doing a chit chat. I just felt like I was like literally catching up with my friend that I haven't talked to in a minute. So yeah, that's my update. If you've made it this far in the video, comment a butterfly. Comment to butterfly because we're getting ready to soar. And we are getting ready to take off. And we've been in our caterpillar seasoning. We've been in our caterpillar season. And it's just time to like take off. So let's see some butterflies in the chat. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. I want to hear from y'all. How have y'all been navigating y'all 20s? What are some mindsets, habits, different things that you know are helping you grow? Let me know. Like, are you in grad school? I've been wondering, is anyone that watch my channel, are any of you guys like into film in any capacity at all? TV, film, theater, anything? Are y'all dating? What, like, I be giving y'all my tea. I need to know, like, do you have a man? Are you dating for marriage? Are you just having fun? And yes, let me know what keeps you grounded. All right, I love y'all. Thank you for watching. See ya.